Hello, I'm Red3yz, and I'd like to welcome you to the first of my mini episodes. Now, the reason I'm doing a mini episode is because I live in a hotel kind of thing, and we get big groups of people who come in and they stay for a couple of weeks, and when they do that, I have to work very hard, and there's people below me, so I can't make very much noise at night, and I can't really play much Minecraft in general because my mind is a bit frazzled. But I can dig. So what I've been doing is working on a new slime farm. So I went down to the caves. I remembered there was some slime somewhere around, and I found some pretty quickly. Luckily they were in a very small room, so I knew I had a spawning chunk. And where they spawned was just over there, so I made this kind of funky spawning pad. And you can see it has a kind of descending staircase look because the canals along the outside edges don't have any signs, which is quite a contradiction because the way the slimes are supposed to get out of here, or any other mobs for that matter, is up this huge sign-based sign in water staircase thing. So I kind of went against my own rule of no signs holding water, but I don't know, that's the kind of mood I was in, you know, really repetitive stuff. So I made about 250 signs and dug out this huge tunnel. I think it's like 7 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 high on each level. Goes up about 80 levels. So yeah, quite a lot of digging. And the worst part is, I only made that one after I made this one, which is twice as long and uses half steps. So what I'll do is I'll show you slime going up here. But the truth is, this thing I think is too slow to be of any real use. It takes easily over 30 seconds to get up. I haven't ever timed it, but yeah, it's kind of a waste of time. Yeah, so that thing can work, but overall I'd say it's a bit of a failure. I'll just have to leave it running and see if anything ever does come up. So the next thing I did was I started doing some long-range minecart testing, and oh, fuck. I have no sound. I didn't hear him coming. Oh well, didn't seem to do too much damage. Right, where was I? The long-range minecart testing to pick up mobs from the mob trap up here. And what I found was that the main base is too far away. And then I, went on YouTube a bit and I saw this video. And this guy was explaining his theory about the no spawning mobs, people get the bug where no mobs spawn. And basically he figured that they were all spawning on the outside, the outer perimeter of the spawning zone, and then they would kind of walk across into the next chunk, and then the computer would kind of freak out, or Minecraft would freak out, and it wouldn't unload them. And actually that works out quite well for what I want to do, because if you remember, my original plan was to set up a base somewhere over there and have this mob system here on the outer edge and have the factory within range as well, and have all these different pickup points on the outer perimeter. So it seems like that's actually going to be kind of viable. Because when the guy went out to the outer perimeter to check if mobs were there, they were there and they hadn't despawned. So that's very good news for my plan, really, and I'll link the video. So this is the pickup point I have. I'll just put it on peaceful for now. And what happens is the minecart goes around in a loop here until it picks up a mob. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen either. I've been having a lot of trouble getting reliable empty minecart detection. And I much prefer using the drop method than timing methods with redstone. But they can be a bit tricky to get working. So here we go, now it's working nicely. And when it picks up a mob, it goes on this other track here and loops around here over to this minecart track. I've kind of taken apart some other experiments to make some room, and they make their way over here. So what I'll do actually while I'm here is I'll just check the coordinates and try and work out how far away I can go, and then I will turn on the mob system and see if it works. So the mobs will be sitting around here at around -336, -345. Okay, so I'm here at -460, -280, and I used a thing called a Cartesian Coordinate Calculator to figure that out. I'll put a link, because I couldn't figure it out myself. And what I'll do is I'll switch it to normal, and wait a minute and see if any mobs come down the rail line. Now in theory all of that should be just within range, so all I have to do is sit and wait, and the cart should be going around in there waiting to pick up a mob. What I'm going to do is just move a few blocks closer, move to 450, and see if that makes any difference. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working yet. I'll move a little bit closer. Right, so I moved a little bit closer to 440, and I guess I have to take the height difference into account as well. So 140 blocks away in 3 dimensions means I have to move a little bit closer. So I'll move to 430 and see if that helps. Oh, there we go. I caught something. So, gonna have to stop him. Very good. Very nicely behaved creeper. And I'll figure out the distance. Okay, so using only the X and Z coordinates, I guess I'm about 110 blocks away, or 104 blocks away, and with the height differences, I'm probably about 120, 130 blocks away. So just inside the outer ring, I guess. So overall, it's looking half positive, I guess. The thing is, if I have to be kind of around there, down there, I might be too far away for all the factory to function. So it might not be quite as good as I'd hoped. I didn't have much luck with the very long range testing. So what it means is it's possible this mob trap will not be able to be used with the factory. But it's not the end of the world. And things could change as well, so who knows. And I guess that's about all I have time for. I have to keep the episode quite short because the guests at the hotel thing are using the internet all the time, and it's bad enough without anyone around, but that's just the way it is. And you can expect a full-on LP episode on Friday probably. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making it, definitely. And what I might do is start a kind of base here, but I think what's more likely is I'll mess about for the next few days, maybe expand on some slime farms, build another mob trap, have them at kind of specific spacings apart, and see if I can get mobs to come from all different directions. And if I get the brain power back, I will start working on the mob factory and doing all the wiring, because the wiring and figuring out how the tracks are going to be is still giving me massive headaches. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have 8 separate lines, like one for each crusher, or if they're going to be split in different ways, or anything like that. The only work I've done on them is kind of fixing up the wiring at the back, and now they are all wired individually. So they can be controlled individually, and I don't have to run them all at once. So that's all I've done, really. Oh yeah, and one thing, which look do you prefer? Do you prefer this look with glass at the front, kind of sticking out? Sorry, it's quite dark in here, but the roof is doing its job. Or do you prefer this kind of flush look with the glass flush in the wood? Now, personally, I prefer... I'm not sure. I mean, they each have disadvantages and advantages. With the ones which are flush, you can see in the side from the back, and... or not flush, yeah, with the ones that are flush, you can see in the side from the back. And with the ones which aren't flush, you can't, but I don't know, you can from the front see a lot more of what's going on. So I'm kind of torn between which one to go for. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.